Buddy. Here we are. Look, when you get that phone call and this person says they're on the other side of the line, this is the South Dakota Peace Officers Association. Can we count you in for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 50, or 10, 20, 30, 40, 50? What is your reaction to this? Why is it that these people think that they can call your house, ask you for a free will donation? It just makes no sense. Now, hold on. I'm looking for something here. It's a picture. What is it about the South Dakota Police Officers Association that lets you? They've raised over $82,500 for their officers. Now, this girl that's collecting all this money lives out in Huron. At what point do I want to give you money for police officers training when you mistake a fake $20 bill? You can't even, this doesn't make any sense. You literally don't know what you're doing with your own foundation. Where's the money going? Because you're not training your officers. So why would you think that I'd want to donate you $50 so that you cannot train your police officers? How about instead of donating you $50, I go down to the police station today and bail out an inmate? How about that? So that I can empower the young, the homeless, the people that are doing poorly to do better. How about I make change? Unlike what you're doing, putting people away for a life plus 75 years. So you're sentencing them to prison for the rest of their life. What does this make any sense? How does this help in life? How is your association through $80,000? You're only pocketing more money every person you send to prison. If I donate to you, more people go to prison. Ask me why I should do that for your association. So if you are getting these phone calls actively once a year, why am I on this list? Maybe it's because at some point in your life you donated. Maybe you had a heart. Maybe you thought that, yeah, dude, police officers are the way to go, dude. They're so awesome. They're so cool. But how is it really? What do you really feel about the South Dakota Police Officers Association? Are they garbage? Do they not train their officers? They're getting them from Phoenix, Arizona, or Phoenix, Mesa Police Department, and they're coming up here. So they don't want to live in the desert. They want the good life up here in South Dakota, and we should welcome them up here. No, you're welcome to stay in Mesa, Arizona. You can go live in your filth that you've created in that dust bowl down there. How about that? I can't condone you coming up to the state of South Dakota. You're garbage. You're filth. You're less than filth. You don't even know which side to draw your taser on. Is your taser on your left side or is your gun on your right side? Which one is it? And how did you get it all fucked up? So someone else dies because of your negligence and you don't pay for it. So you beat people up in their own homes and you expect me to give you $50, all of which is not tax deductible. You're just giving it to them. It's a free will donation. It is not tax deductible, but they do appreciate what you give them. Meanwhile, this girl lives in a mansion in Huron, South Dakota, the head of this association. Where is this money going to? That's what I want to know. Who are you donating? Bulletproof vests, tactical gear, to use on who? To use on we the people? Is that what you're trying to say? You asshole. So the money that I sent you, you used it on me to violently victimize me through a system. Over 35 times you threw me in a fucking cage. What is wrong with you people? You have no fucking heart. You have no compassion. You have no love in your heart. You're garbage. Take your association. You took a picture of Crazy Horse and stuck it on your fucking page. Do you even know what the fuck Crazy Horse stands for? Do you have any idea? The monument, you dumbass. You have robbed, pillaged, plundered, murdered for hundreds of years. Hundreds of years you've oppressed people based on their color, their religion, their creed. You have been taking donations from the men and women of the state of South Dakota. You should be a fucking shame to yourself. You should quit your fucking job, walk out of your fucking house, drop the keys on the doorstep, and just leave. And leave Huron. Just in general. Like, what are you even doing? To your own fucking people? Tell me who you're serving and protecting. Why when I start asking you fucking questions on the phone, why you hang up on me? Are you a 501c3? Can I see how you filed your taxes? Can I get a roll, a itemized roll of where the money is and where it's going? Can I pull the Police Officers Association tax records for last fiscal year? What we got? Some cuts. 3 watching in here now. All right, News Now Fort Worth. What up? Dylan Shea. What up? So the bottom line is, this is not gonna quit, and I'm just pacing right now because I'm pissed. Frankly, I get this phone call. You want to talk to me? You can put a person on the line when I'm giving you $50, but when I ask you a question, you hang up on me. What kind of coward shit is that? What kind of buffoon do you have to be to call someone's phone, and then when they have a question about how you're filing your taxes, you hang up? Is it why? I don't have to ask why. I know why. It's because you're not right. If it's not right, if you taking money from people out of people's credit cards, I want to know where you're banking. I want to make that donation so that money can come out of my account, and then we can track where your account is. Because that's where the money is. And every man, woman, and child in America should go take their money back from you. You are a coward. You're not doing God's work. You're not doing the people's work. You're not doing anything for anybody but lining your own greedy fucking pockets with hundreds of thousands of dollars. Millions of dollars. How much? $82,500 to be exact. And that number rises every fucking minute that you keep calling people and harassing people on the phone. You are using the phone telecommunications line. That is a federal crime, what you're doing, to solicit other people. If you can't go to people's doors and solicit them, you shouldn't be able to solicit them on the phone, should you? Because I can't call you and say, I want money from you. And remember this, when I asked you for $50, for calling on my phone line and taking up my time and my money, you hung up on me. Now, who's the crazy one? I don't know. I don't know. I'm still asking questions, but we're not getting very far. But I know you're going to call me back. You'll call me back in a month. You'll call me back in 6 months, begging for my money, begging for my spare change. Y'all cowards. You're bums, like George Floyd called you. You are bums. You don't represent the state of South Dakota. You don't represent the free. You don't represent the victims of South Dakota. No, your association's just for the police and their families and your guns and their guns, right? Your tanks, your flashbangs, your little BB pellets for your tasers, so you can tase me in a courtroom, so you can not pay your fucking lawsuits when I sue you, right? Because you don't want to fucking pay. You'll do whatever you can to not pay when you're wrong in someone else's fucking house, overstepping your bounds. But you'll call me up and beg for money, won't you? I can't even, like, to even just utter your name. Why the fuck would I even do it? South Dakota Police Officers Association. Why the fuck would I tell anybody about your association? What a cowardice association you're with. Racism fueled by judges and prosecutors and backed by the scum of the fucking earth. Bro, you may be able to get everybody else to shut up, but you ain't gonna get me to shut up. There's not a fucking, I'll spend 3 months, I'll spend the rest of my life, and I'll say the same fucking thing that I said out here, and I'll say it in there. I don't care how many times I got to go back, and I don't care how many people don't listen to me. You sentence people to 175 years, you're a coward. You're all cowards. That's not even right or just. And I don't even care who you are, and I don't even care what you did, and I don't even care who died. Because at the end of the fucking day, you guys are taking money from homeless people. You're taking money from people that are on Social Security. You're taking money from people that don't have it to give you. You're calling up every family member in the state of South Dakota just because you can, and you got their phone number. How about this? You explain to me how my number got on your list. How about that? Because you obviously don't know who the fuck I am or who the fuck you're calling. So let's figure it out. Who are you calling? The person you've incarcerated 35 times, took over 20 grand over the last 5 years, 7 years? The person that's filed lawsuits on you, USC 44 1983? Or how about the one that's the class action lawsuit with me versus JDC? How about the one where you were looking at little kids? How about that one? You're not supposed to strip search little kids, but you didn't you? You got found, I mean, in a court of law, you lost. You lost the federal court case. You don't want to talk about that, though, do you? You don't want to. Let's bring up the name Jim Banbury. You don't want to talk about that, do you? That elephant in the room. No, you just want to fuck with me and my money. Bro, I'm sick of talking. I'm sick of playing. We can toss all these games aside, dude. I mean, let's get straight to it. You're a coward. You're cowards. You're all cowards. I'm going to say it till the day I'm fucking, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing, dude. I am what the fuck I say I am. That's all there is to it. I'm not going to sit there and fucking cower down to a bunch of fucks like you. And you want to beg for money. Like you need money. But it's wrong. You post signs downtown that say, do not feed the homeless. You're part of the problem. And then you go calling me on the phone, asking for your fucking spare change, asking me for $50. How is it any fucking different? How is it any different? You hypocrites. There's no difference. You're hypocrites. And at the end of the day, you're always going to be looked at like a fucking hypocrite. You preach one thing just to fucking go back on what you said. Just to make it look like you're in the right. You're the right people. You're doing such good fucking things. Yep. You and everybody else. Aren't you just wearing a nice little black robe? How's it looking, state's attorney? Did you bring your wallet to court? No, I'll bet you didn't. Yeah, FTP and ACAB. All cops are bastards if you don't know what that means. What's up, Yellow Belly? Skeptical Mantis Channel 10. Welcome, welcome. I'll quit ranting and I'll quit raving. This was just what I woke up today. I hadn't taken a shower yet. I hadn't gotten ready for my day. This was so important. I felt so mad and so compelled to tell the hypocrite what it really is, what it really looks like, and what you, if you guys got questions about why they're calling you, your house, your family begging for your change after claiming that they're doing what's right, but they take free will donations, non-tax deductible. I mean, but and they will not answer questions when you call them out. I said, I have a fake $20 bill in my house. Are you going to come over to my house and police me? What if I want to donate that fake 20 to you? Are you going to come get it? Would you send your goons with guns to come over and, hey, dude, he can't be doing that. We need to police him because he's got a fake 20 in there. Yeah, I admitted it. Uh-huh. Yep. What you want? What you want? What more do you want? What more can I give you so you can incarcerate me and take my money? That's what I want to know. How can I make you happy? How can I please you today? Now you want $50 from me. Are you extorting me? Are you threatening me? Because I don't fucking call you up on the phone and ask for money from you. No, I have to go and file a fucking lawsuit against you to get anything out of your bitch ass because you don't pay. Chief of police. Cowards in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. What more you want? What more can I say? You don't want me to call my friends and say, hey, someone's bullying me here in South Dakota? No, that's not what you want. That's not what you want. Look, we got people in here that are so mad, they post links in my chat. They're pissed. They don't like it that my name's fuck the police. Therefore, they're going to try and fuck me. But what they don't realize is they're already getting fucked. And it's not by me. They're getting effed by their own community, by their own people. By the people that claim that they're protecting them. That are being hypocrites and got guns drawn at their head. That are shooting them in their back. And their kids. Instead of using a taser. Okay, are they starting to get held accountable? Yeah, in one or two high-profile cases. What about the rest of them that all died? What about the rest of them that can't tell their stories? How about the wrongs that can't be righted because you can't put your guns down? You're doing real good. You chase everybody down, you spike strip them, you put them in the ditch, you pit maneuver them. Come on, dude. Come chase me. Let's play a game of Coyote Roadrunner, and I'll just be Coyote and you can be Roadrunner. You can chase me around. Does that sound good, Porky the Pig? Let's do that. That sound like fun to you? Yeah, it's fuck the police. ACAB, for sure. And you wonder why. Let's not wonder why. Where are we at here? I'm looking. I'm looking for a good banner. Here we go. No, it won't let me do it. That's okay though. It won't let me do the banner. But you wonder why. When I get done and I take myself off of here, I'm going to put a banner up that says, fuck the police. You wonder why. You wonder why, FTP. See, I don't wonder why. I already know why. That's why my name is what it is. I would change it legally. if I could. But guess what? Legally doesn't matter to any of you. You're like, he's got tattoos on him. Convict, convict, convict. He's black. Convict him. How stupid could you get, state of South Dakota? You bums. Get a real job. The job you have isn't fitting you. And all you're doing is getting sued. And all you're doing is paying off other people to do your dirt for you. Judges, prosecutors, lawyers, federal judges. All you doing is going out to eat, going, hey, bro, I'll buy you a steak dinner if you convict this guy of first-degree murder, you know. God knows he wasn't even here but a day in the state of South Dakota. But, you know, that motherfucker, gangbanger, he banging, you know, from here to kingdom come in our state. And we can't have these fucking drugs or these filthy drugs in our state or this black guy sitting here. But I'm not going to say that in open court because I'm not a man. But what I really think is I'm racist. Come on, dude. I know what the fuck I'm looking. I'm looking at an old white man that's been sitting on the bench for 10 plus years. He don't like black. He's scared of black. I don't know how else to say it, dude. We got some racist ass judges in the state of South Dakota. How can I live with myself if I can't fucking voice my opinion of you? Of these judges, of these prosecutors. I can't live freely. I can't live happily. I can't be part of this shit. I can't be part of this society that's fucked. It's fucked. It might as well be over in Germany way back in the day because that's what it is. Why would we accept it again? Why are you accepting it now from the hypocrites? You 50 bucks. You want 50 bucks. Oh, I feel charitable today. Oh, here's your 50 bucks. Could you convict me again of another crime that I never fucking committed? How about we try some? I got a $20 bill over here. It's fake. You want to come get it? I mean, look, it's legit, bro. This is legit. You want me to open my camera? You can see it. I mean, come on. Here. What are you going to do? You going to get to the fake 20s? Yeah, let's get to the fake 20s. I got one. Everybody got one. Who ain't got one? What you going to do about it? Huh? What you going to do about it? South Dakota. You need my 20, right? You should come right over and grab that fake motherfucker. You needed it so bad over there in Minnesota from George Floyd. Do you need it from some South Dakota resident? What you need? You know, currency is available to buy and sell all day long online. Everybody got it. Man, geez, that right there, that about does it, don't it? You can't be showing that. You can't be doing that. You can't be producing that in your basement. Please don't do that. Sir, you're black. You can't have that fake 20 on you in that store. Sir. Sir, come back here. You know, I don't really know what to say. I'm so not impressed with their bullshit. The state of South Dakota's bullshit. That's what I call it. It's like the bag of that's hiding. It's the money we have stolen off the backs of the bruised to make our lives better enrich our lives and killed massive and extincted massive amounts of native indigenous people. What more can I say about it? We have been racist now in the court systems so bad that it's blatantly obvious what you're doing. Running them through once a month. They're homeless. I what is one supposed to do when you sit in a courtroom and you watch all of your friends or all of your people get thrown in prison or swept off the street in dirty cells, pipes that are rusty, getting diseases and dying, hepatitis A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Is it funny? When's it going to be funny? When it's you in that jail cell dying of hepatitis C, when you didn't even contract the shit, but you got to sit in there because all these other people are in there with it? Because he's homeless? Or because he's got to live on the street with the rats and the gutters and the possums and what? You got to get lice? You got to get head lice? What you got to get? What are you so scared of? That you had to give them blankets? I don't understand. How come you're offering $50 a head for everybody you see or everybody you meet? See, you can't wash away what you did. You know what you fucking did. Why are you calling my phone for $50? I don't have 2 more fucking cents for you, bro. You're going to have to take it out of my cold fingers. Not my hot fingers. You're going to have to take it out of my cold fingers if you want it. Because I ain't got nothing else for you, bro. Hell, I thought for the longest fucking time, I thought I'm the same color. I got nothing to worry about here. And then you started fucking attacking me, your own people. You piece of shit, coward Police Officers Association of South Dakota. You piece of shit judges. You piece of shit prosecutors. There are none. There are none that are good. None. None. I repeat, none. You heard it from me first. Don't come to South Dakota. Don't move here. It's not a top 10 place to fucking live. There's nothing fucking here. It's all flat land. There's nothing hilly about this shit, and we don't own any of it. None of you motherfuckers own any of it. Tell me something different. Prove it to me. I don't even have a quarter for these corrupt motherfuckers. Real talk. I am extremely tired of the tidal wave of BS in my state too. Well, how long can you live in a corrupt state? That's what we call it. It's a corruption. It's the corrupt. And we've been doing it for 20 fucking years. Ain't nothing changed. Is this why people just sit in their houses and don't say anything? For fear of retaliation, tasering, shooting, being sanctioned, being their money being sanctioned, where they live, being kicked out, discriminated against because of their color, because of their beliefs, because of their kids, because of how they act, because of how their kids act, because of generational bullshit, because they have cancer or can't pay their bills. Ask me what I am. Ask me what political beliefs I have, and I'll tell you, I don't fucking have any reservations. I don't believe in none of this shit. It didn't exist back then. These motherfucking clowns want to call you up and beg for your spare change, your money. I don't know, man. Even though I have money, even though I got what I need, I'm still not happy. I'm still not happy. And it's because of who I'm surrounded by. I'm surrounded by thieves, con artists, criminals, and they're not who you think they are. That's not like when I grew up, you could tell who was bad and who was good. You ever play cops and robbers? Well, usually the cops were the good guys. They're not anymore, dude. They're fucking cowards. When did this happen? Why are we always scared of them? Why we got to be fucking scared in our houses? Why can't we go outside no more, mommy? You know what I'm saying? This some bullshit. Lady Love FTP. I don't even have a quarter for those criminal. False charges, lied about in the media, stolen time and money. Welcome to my life. And the false charges is not right. Who is we? Me and whoever I'm with. Now, who am I with? I could be. Police unions beg and hoodwink millions from gullible Americans. And this is what I'm realizing is most people just say, yeah, I'll give, because I'm white, because it's right, and because I have $50. Yeah, your money's my money. We all share here. I'll share with a white person, no fucking problem. But how? Do you have anybody living in your house of ethnic origin? Are they hiding in your basement? We need to know about them right now. Can you confirm nor deny how many white people are in your house? Well, how about how many black or African American or how many are Mexican? Look, nobody wants to talk about it. Joe Cool, where the fuck you see Joe Cool at now? You don't see him coming on here fucking talking about this shit? He's still sitting over in fucking Chicago like he always doing. He don't want to talk about the real fucking issues. He does not want the statue outside of his house of Christopher Columbus, a white guy. Why does he not want it out there? Because it pisses him off every time he comes out of his house about how fucking oppressed he is. Why don't you get that shit, you people, you aliens, you people I don't even know? I can't even relate to you. I don't even know you. This shit's just a game. It's just a fucking emoji, dude. Sad face emoji. Give you a thumbs. I'll give you a middle finger and a thumb. I don't care. What you want? Who is we? When did I say something about we? I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to go back and figure out what we is. Who's we? Everybody that they call, is that the we we're talking about here? Or is we, me, my wife, kids, the people in my house that don't fucking matter? What are we talking about here? Oh, I could be now has to leave because he doesn't feel invited. I'm not coddling his balls. I'm sorry, I could be. I can't coddle your balls anymore. But, you're welcome. Like, bro, go build your next fucking race car. We know where you're at down there in fucking South or North Carolina, sitting there as an ex-police officer, and you don't want to talk about it. So even if I could let you up on the panel, you don't want to talk about how many black people you put in jail, how you oppressed your own people or your neighborhood, or that all of us are together. Those people fucking built communities for you. They plowed and farmed the land. And what did you do? You threw him in handcuffs. You threw him in jail. I could be. Now let's fucking talk about it. Don't be a coward and leave. Let's talk about what you did. Fuck you, I could be. How about you come up on panel? How about that? You can come up on panel. I ain't had you up for a long time. I would say suck it easy, but he's going to suck it easy on the panel. Here you go. That's what I got for you, I could be. Let's see if you can handle a conversation today that's intelligent. Or are we just going to keep asking stupid three-liner questions? Who is we? Look, motherfucker, explain who you are. Come up here and say what I don't know. Your stupid police union. How about you talk about your own unions that are protecting you? So when did you get money from a police union? How about that, I could be? How much money did they put into you? Waiting. Do, 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 do. Feeling like a circus now. I could be waiting. Better get into StreamYards. Better get logged in. Click quick. Because I ain't got the time to be wasting on someone like I could be. This cop from North, South Carolina, wherever you from. You got something you want to say, big boy? Yeah, that's what I want to ask him. Let's go. Name and badge number. What department? Where you from? Let's talk about you and your non-existent family that you never show on screen. You're so under attack. We know. We know. You would never come to a channel like this. You're right. You heard Police Officers Association and you came running. Didn't you, I could be? Let's be honest. Why? Why did you come running? Because you know what I'm saying is true. So you gotta deflect, divert. You're using your stupid tactics on another criminal. That's what you think you're doing. You're manipulating someone else to talk about something else other than what you want to talk about. The Police Officers Association. So let's bring it right back around and let's talk about why they call every fucking month. To take care of your fucking family? Because I don't want to take care of your family anymore. I could be. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. The money he made came off the backs of their fellow man. Real talk. Thanks, 5 Speed. That's it. That's on the money right there. That's real talk. There is no look, he'd like have a good day. Well, we're having a good day. But how about you have a good day? So you think it's funny to call and harass people at home for $50? You back this? I could be. You back this behavior? So while you're out there fighting, saving people's lives, how many medals did you get for saving someone's life? I could be. You're out there saving people's lives. You see fit at the end of your day to go home and start begging people for their extra change because you don't get enough per day in your paycheck. How is it really? And why are you not coming up on stage? That's what I want to know. Why will he not ever debate? He's a coward with 3-liners and then he leaves. I'm so fucking sick of this bullshit. People like him, fucking cowards. Cowards. This is the kind of people that you gave hundreds of thousands of dollars to throughout his career. And now the motherfuckers doesn't work in his line of field anymore. You gave him all this money. You called him a fucking hero. And this is who the heroes are. Lady Love FTP 5 Speed. I mean, at some point, you got to quit dancing around your questions. You got to come up here with 5 Speed. You got to come up here with me. You got to answer the hard questions now, today. You're an officer. You belong to these foundations. You're part of the foundation. You're the people okay, remember this. I didn't invite anyone else up here except for you, I could be. Why is that? Because I want to hear it out of your mouth how you're such a coward. How you have you're not a hero. You're not a fucking hero. So come up on my panel and tell me how you're a hero. Tell me what you're doing in my community.
Hey, I'll just say this. We all learned that we've all been at fault in what's going on in the world today. The only thing we can do is add some positivity to it and ask some serious questions, you know what I mean? To realize that they pinned all of us against one another when we're not the enemies. They are. So, it's hard for anybody in law enforcement to say that they didn't make a living off the backs of their fellow man and woman in this human trafficking ring, because you have. What you didn't do so knowingly, but it's what we know now is how we change the future. So now that you know that every dime that you ever made was off of the backs of the American people that ever been human trafficked, and whether your family has been or not, that's irrelevant. other families have. And this is the talk that people need to have to make the change. I think it's something we can all agree on. You know what I mean? It ain't
Yeah.
right. So,
And if
well,
it's
we
not
got to
right,
man up and realize that we've been a part of that system. We've been the product of that, and it's not us not thinking for ourselves and being free thinkers and letting a bunch of strangers play with your minds with the television and all this programming and shit. You know, the answers lie within each one of us. So we just got to dig within ourselves and hold our standards up high to where we want it to be, no harm. And once we come to that conclusion, we can all see. But until people reach inside their souls, and get right with it, we move forward. You know,
right,
because we're all to
honesty,
blame.
or
But now that you know, it's no excuse now. You got to stand up for what's right.
it's very important that we're honest with ourselves at the end of the day. And it's very hard to be happy at the end of the day when and be positive when all you've ever seen was taking, robbing, pillaging, plundering,
Hmm.
and then point the finger at somebody else going, it's their fault. It's not my fault. I didn't do it. Yeah, I
Yes,
wasn't
you
part of
did.
it. You're all part of it. We're all
Yes.
part of it.
Listen, I say this all the time anymore. I look at government as children, and we're the parents because what we're trying to do is sustain this house here and make sure that we're prosperous and abundant here in America and around the world. So, in order to do that, so these politicians are our children and we're the parents. And we're not, they got the checkbook and just come and saying sign, sign, sign. And that's what we're doing. It's as simple as that, really, because we're here to sustain life and for life to be prosperous and abundant, not just FTP, not just 5 speed, life itself. And that's what we all share in. See, the whole world's been thinking it's all been all about them. I'm here to tell you, it ain't all about you. You see what I'm getting at?
Well, you got to think about the whole picture and everybody else in it. And
That's right.
but we do have
There are no buts.
narcissists.
It's either right or wrong. It's good
It's
or
right or wrong.
evil, or there's reason and logic.
There's supposed
There's
to be
no
reason
other,
and
there's no
logic,
buts.
not on money though. 5 speed. It's got
Hmm.
nothing. It is
Everything
not a money equation.
right. We should not. I mean, you can't tell me that we were put here to be a slave to a system that human traffics people,
No.
corners markets full of corruption, nothing good within the monetary system that comes from the resources from the land to begin with.
I
It all
need my
starts at the beginning.
I need my food back. I need my garden back. I need land. I need land to grow. I need my own homestead just like
Guess
everybody
what you
else.
need? Your independence, right?
Yes. I need my life back. What I grew up, I guess, in to some degree, but over the
Right,
years it has been perverted into something far sinister.
right. See, I look at everything as true or false, right or wrong, good or evil, righteous or self-righteous. You know what I mean? Because you got to break it all the way down. It can't. This whole system's got to go. This whole system has to go. There can't be no harm on anybody. Period. The end. We're not managing the children, which is in government. That we the people supposed to have the voice, right? Well, it looks to be like there's a bunch of kids running around in public office squandering our freaking resources away, And it's time for us to step up and be truly self-governed and be that vital organ within that political body that is supposed to be prosperous and abundant. Well, see, people don't understand where we come from because the history's so fucking convoluted that unless you go read it for yourself, you're never going to know the true answers anyway. Because I can get up here and share it with you, and other people can share it with you, but we can read it to you, but we can't make you comprehend it. So that's what you got to do for yourself, and that's what you got to soul search and find, and then you got to look at yourself and judge yourself how you're acting as well if you think anything's going to get any better, because two wrongs don't make a, it's either right
No,
or it's wrong.
to wish ill will upon someone else, or to want ineffectively want their downfall, there is a double-edged sword that you have to turn and look at yourself and go,
Their minds have been persuaded with money, thinking money's the most important thing. What a most important thing is what we all share in is that breath of life. That first and foremost, nothing above and nothing below. See what I'm saying?
yep, it has to be
Because
good.
you take 350 million people that are all coming together in prosperity and abundance and working together to forward in motion to technology and everything else. You can't tell me that we have to work as hard as we do.
No, no.
You see what I'm saying?
People are,
Look, back in the day, they had hundreds of people in rooms recording stuff, and now you can download that. You can upload and download that shit in a nanosecond. Why now? All those bodies aren't needed, but all of that from that the production, what's being produced from that production, we the people own.
what's,
So
and it is
you
we
see,
the people. It's not just one of us, it's
government's
all of
coming to you. They hold the checkbook. They're the kids, and they keep coming. And hey, you got pulled over, no tags. Sign here. You're signing the checkbook because we're not self-governed. We don't know our true roots. We don't know how it's. Just you gotta find that within yourself. I can't get you to I can't get people to comprehend that stuff. You know what I mean? But if they just went and done a little research themselves, they would start to things would start connected for them, and it might entice them to even go a little deeper and you want to know the truth. And then when you want to know the truth, you'll go there at all costs. You'll stay in the center, and you won't sway left or right, and it'll be very clear to you.
you're going to get to what is right.
See, I no longer worship money. It's that breath of air that we all breathe that we're here to protect. And each one of them individually has that same right, and nobody can trespass that. Otherwise, the bad shit can eat up the good shit and and then that beautiful flower bed turns into a big bunch of thistle. You see what I'm saying?
Bad. Yeah.
It's what we produce with our minds and everything else, and we truly are the salt of the earth, and a lot of people don't understand that. But we don't have battery packs in our back pockets keeping that heartbeat, that energy, that heartbeat with inside our right.
There's a lot of stuff that gets squandered, wasted,
That's right.
turns to
That's
withers away.
well. See,
Your
they broadcasted that by sowing these seeds of evil and fear and hatred and disgust. You see what I'm saying? They
yeah,
planted that. They broadcasted that over the television programming. The broadcast, right? Seed. You plant all that stuff and those thoughts in people's minds. Maybe it's happening, maybe it ain't. But the point is, you already planted those thoughts in those people's minds that may not have otherwise been there.
you made them think a certain way. You
this is a spiritual warfare, and one's really got to reach inside their own soul, man, and find that perfect image that you would do and tweak it, because you got to alleviate the harm and the trespass of someone else leaning over on you and telling you how to live your life when you ain't affected anybody's life. No one has that right to trespass you. Period. The end.
Eh,
You know,
You know what?
and all of these words like lean, think about it. Someone's leaning with their free will. They think that they get to take their free will and lean over onto your shit and start telling you what you're going to do.
And that's
You
not
didn't lean over on them. They're leaning over on you and trying to make you follow what they think you should do. No. You see what I'm getting at, brother?
yeah, yeah.
So if you want to register your cars and all that stuff, that's up to you. I choose not to do that, but just because you do it doesn't mean I have to do it. But see, that's for an even deeper level discussion, because I don't think you should continue to pay into that system, because that's we can't allow that shit to happen. That's where the parents come in and, hey, no, right?
It makes sense if the system's
That's
broke, if it ain't right, then you
reason and logic,
stop.
man. The system's supposed to be there for the good. That's what they say, right? That part is true. But whether it's good or not is the other part. Who's doing the parenting of this family here, this house we all live in? Who's the parent? Is it we the people, or them son of bitches up there in government? Start governing yourselves accordingly, man. Govern yourselves by your honor and the integrity of the man that you
Right.
proclaim and want to be. And that's, I mean, you know me, man, I ain't into all the drama and stuff. I just like to share, you know, knowledge and things, and try to be a positive side of all this YouTube streets.
Well, and you want to get to that positive place.
Get people thinking differently. Start looking at the good that we can all do and coming together, and instead of all the other shit. Because all that's just a distraction anyway. That's to keep you from the truth. And at the end of the day, you already know the truth within your soul. You already know. So why even bother with all that crazy shit, all that distraction? You already know it ain't right.
Right. You know it's wrong. And even
Yeah,
though you're pointing it out,
yeah.
it's it's still not helping.
Well, because there's too much hate. There's no peaceful conversations like we're having now, where to where people's minds relax and start to think a little bit. It
Right.
ain't all full of tension and hate and disgust and all that shit. I mean, this is
What
real
if
talk right here,
that hate was love and love was hate?
right?
What if I told you that the two were intertwined with each other?
Love and hate is good and evil, right and wrong,
Yeah.
positive or a negative. You want to be a positive product of society, be a positive. But you can't take that and jump over here and lean over on me.
No. No.
As long as you do what you want to do, your rights begin where mine end. So,
Don't come. Well, and that's what I say is why, the whole asking of someone of another of money or what I have. Why?
right,
Why do I owe you anything because of your job title or because
you
of
don't.
anything else? It's you don't. That's just it. End
Best
of.
piece of information I could give anybody: stop signing the damn thing,
Well,
because you're signing a check over to them. You don't know, you don't realize it. And I get people don't understand the financial side of government, but that's basically what you're doing. Because only a living man or a woman can sign anything, and other than that, it's a representation of some legal system with some contractual background to it. You see what I mean?
Take back that free stuff you're pushing on me, right?
Yeah. See, everything's in a trust. You don't own anything. It's all in a trust. Your driver's license is in a trust. Everything's in a trust. But they got you to this. They got us all as the trustees. They got us as the children, and them as the parents. No, we're the parents, and you're the children. Because last time I checked, I'm self-governed, and I ain't leaned over on anybody. So ain't nobody gonna fucking lean over on me.
Good point.
See my point? I mean, and these are, you don't get these deep conversations like this too often out here on the streets. I mean, it's
People
rather simple to me. It seems so simple,
people
but I've been researching for 13 years too. But because I want the truth. And I stick right in the center, bro. And that's where you get to the truth.
Yep.
And there's something to the truth that hurts. And that's why you got to soul search within yourself and find out what your presentation of protection of life is. Because it's either right or it's wrong. And if you come over on somebody else, obviously it's wrong. So,
if you just pay attention just a little bit through some of the bad, you'll come out with good. Everything that they tell you is going to happen, or you're going to go to the hole, or you're going to sit in this chair, we're not going to take you out. There's always a brighter day, and there's always a brighter hour, and there's always a brighter minute if you give it enough time. I tell that to people, even people that have faced life in prison. I talk daily with people, and I tell them, I mean, you can't lose hope. You can't.
and see what the bottom line is I can sit here and honestly say that most of the people that are within the prison system, the industrial, whatever you want to call it, right? They've all been human trafficked because anything outside of harm, and most of these people are just petty shit. Absent harm, all of those people have been human trafficked, and we've sat back and allowed them. We have sat back because we know it ain't right. If they didn't harm anybody, there shouldn't be. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So there shouldn't even. Why are they even a topic? Hey, you see what I mean? Why are they even a topic? Why is it even go? Why did it even? Where did it start? Because wherever it started, somebody leaned over on somebody.
Somebody was going to do someone else harm. They came to do harm. They came to someone's property to do harm.
Well,
And
now
when
you're
that person
predicting the
said,
future.
you're not going to do something to me and do harm to me, the definition of and should be and of self-defense is just that. You weren't at your house. You were at my house causing problems. You get shot. Now, how is that my fault? You brought a gun. So I come out of my house with a gun and we solve this. What is the difference? Two people are happily engaging in their warfare.
Well,
What is it?
hopefully it wouldn't come to that.
It already has. What is
I don't know.
what is the
I,
difference
I, I
of
think words are more powerful than any bullet. And I think knowledge is even more powerful than that. And that's really what I think, man. The pin and you knowing really who you are and truly
You
of
know
self
who you are,
governance.
and you
Hang
know
on a
what
minute.
you're protecting at the beginning
And
and the end of the day. But
right.
but why is it up to a judge, a white judge, to prosecute a black man, give him 175 years? Meanwhile, the drug dealer's still on the street. Meanwhile, the guy with the 30-round clip that came over to your house is still free. Nothing has happened to him, and he's viewed as a victim. The lines are blurred, and they're blurred in the court system. So they call it justice. I call it blurred lines and wrong. It's not
Well, it
justice.
is, and it is 100% wrong, and that's where we have failed. We've allowed that to happen. We've sat back and actually let these people make us think that our most people are bad when that's certainly not the case. So that's why we got to do a little soul searching within ourselves and get to that understanding that it can't be, we can't lean over on each other. And as long as we realize that, when you realize the lean, well, that's when it's over in your mind and you'll know the truth.
Every one of them that quits, I look at it like a life saved. And I don't know why I look at it like that. If I can get one officer to quit his job, I feel like I gave a son or a daughter their dad back. I feel like I made them put down a gun that could end their life forever. That they could be a decent human being, go home to their wife and kids, stay at home, stay out of the streets, and stop inflicting their pain upon other people.
Well, you know what, man? I start when I first, uh, man, when I first looked in, got really honing in on the truth. I was angry, dude, and I went at these guys. And the thing that I learned shortly after that, brother, just like we're to blame, we went along with it, but now we're awake, and they're any different than we were. They're not. They're still just asleep, and that's why I think that it will be hard because I'm going to ask some questions. You're either gonna agree to human trafficking or you're going to keep your mouth shut. And I don't give a shit who I'm going to explain that to. But by the time I'm done, you're either going to say you're all for human trafficking or you ain't going to open your mouth. And if you can't do either one of them, those words, those words and that knowledge is very powerful.
You're just allowing it.
We're accepting it. But see, that man in each and every one of us has to come out within our own souls. That are we really men? Until we've got that figured out, I don't know. But that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. You gotta we gotta correct ourselves from the inside out. We've spared the rod on ourselves, on our own integrity and honor. We fell short. The men, you fell short. Now accept it, pull up the bootstraps, and put an end to it. Now you know. Now you know.
Well, and how, yeah, how can you sit there?
So I think some of these guys that quit and no longer doing it is also done so consciously, has
Yes.
seen something that has led them out of there. And, even whether it's through some of the negative interactions with auditors or whatever the case may be, that's irrelevant. The case is that he could left because of conscience. He's starting to man up. You see what I mean?
Seen it in black.
So, because you got to find that within yourselves to get to the truth, and that's the only way your mind's going to get there is for you to do it yourself and start to be a positive in our communications out here and trying to bring people together instead of destroying them and breaking them apart. Because I mean, every aspect, every sequence of our lives it's either a positive or a negative.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at everything anymore. I mean, I look at it differently because I got outside of thinking it was about me when here all along it was the air that I breathe that gives me life. That's what's to be protected, man. Not me.
Yeah.
So we are the breath of life. And our breath of life is to be prosperous and abundant.
So I have a
The
problem.
system is
With
designed
that life.
properly. It's run wrong.
No.
We got the kids running the show.
We need the men running the show.
Well, I got news for you. Daddy's home in my house. So
There you go. I'm at home with my kids. You know, I'm taking care of my kids. And you should be too. Everybody else should be too. But I can't speak on what other people should be doing. I can only speak on myself and what I do. Practice what you preach. You know?
because see, a lot of these guys, they don't realize, these cops and stuff, they don't realize the true answers, the real truth. Those guys could be in a lot of trouble because they're the ones that enforced it. You see what I'm saying? See, they got everybody running the rat race within the criminal system, and everything else is just as corrupt. So the ones that is beating you down, you're going for them to maybe thinking they'll feel sorry for you or something.
Oh, they're not going to feel sorry. They're not.
I mean,
No.
see how much we've been asleep, man, and if people would just open their damn eyes and think and get away from all the drama, you could just look around and see so much.
Oh, yeah. What's really going on?
Exactly, because you see it all. Because your heart and soul already tells you through your conscience that it ain't right, and if it ain't right, you shouldn't be you shouldn't be agreeing with it.
No, you shouldn't.
Well, it's a detriment, right? It's a
It's a,
weed within the beautiful
yeah.
flower bed.
So wrong is wrong and right's right. And you should not dibble dabble. And you got to come to your own conclusion. You got to fact check.
That's it.
And
The
at the
fact
end
checker's
of the
you,
day,
bro.
you do make the decision you make. Very important.
See, like I told the superintendent here at Carroll County the school district here, um, that I didn't want my granddaughter wearing a mask. And he said, well, he had to follow Bashir's policies and his doctor. And I said, well, you can follow whoever you want to. I said, now, you got the free will to do that. But what if you lean over here on my family and start telling my family that I'm going to do something that you think I need to do?
No.
There's something that is unnatural. Well, that's where right there I draw the line. Now, you got the free will to do that. But you better hope you got the authority.
Yeah, I don't see it as they have.
You don't govern me, my friend. I am
No.
self-governed.
See, I know what the difference is between right and wrong. I know what I'm doing.
I had a 32-minute conversation with him, and I kept trying. I kept telling him. I said, "Well, it is what it is." And I said, "You can use your free will, and you can go over there with Mr. Bashir and your doctor, and you can force it over here all you want to. Listen, hey, you're the man that's got to enforce it. It's you. So, but hey, if you want those two guys to back you up, hey, we'll do it 3 times. You enforce it. It's you. When I write it up, it's you that's going to be on the line.
Yep.
It's you. And when I get you in that hot seat, I'm going to rattle that soul. You're either going to agree to human trafficking or you ain't going to open your mouth.
And say this is wrong. What
There
you're
you go. There you
trying
go.
to enforce is human trafficking.
There you go. Well, see, we can't go. We gotta, it don't. I'm a firm believer. I don't worry about none of them. I don't worry about none of them. You can't. It's just, it's a way of thinking in our minds. We got to break that cycle from what they've taught us. That conscience is where you'll find that right and wrong at.
Oh, there's a right and okay. There's a right and wrong, and then there's a right and wrong when your adrenaline's pumping, right?
Well, that too, because now you're not thinking straight.
Uh-uh.
See, to argue is to make clear. I already made it very clear. Don't lean your ass over here.
Yep. That's powerful, 5-speed.
It is, man. But see, everybody's got to have that conviction in their heart. That's because that's what you're standing on, right? That's what they're going to prosecute you on. You convict you, right?
Yep.
Every one of these words means something more than what you think. See, I will never hire an attorney or anything, dude.
I'm done. I'm done,
An
5-speed.
attorney's no more than a broker. They've taken over the judicial system here, and it's a whole, other shit show.
I
It's
am
a mirror image of the real deal, flipped around backwards.
5-speed. I'm at this crossroads in my life. I have a moral dilemma going on, and it has to do with the attorney that I chose.
Mm-hmm.
How can you ride in the same car as someone, arrive to court with the same suit and tie and the person, and go along with what he says when, like 5-speed saying, you either agree with the human trafficking that's going on or you get out of the car. So you may be trying to keep me from harm, but if I watch you throwing someone else's life away or taking part in that convoluted system and the lies that I've watched people do in court or say about other people, or let's say you take a piece of evidence and you, what's it called, when you exculpatory evidence and you curve the case the way you want it so that it fits this perfect look that you want. You want it to look like this guy did this. This is why he did it. And this is all we're going to show. But over here, we can't so much talk about what was in the satchel. We can't say what the remnants were inside or before or after. We can only talk about what happened in that moment. And that is not the full case all the time.
Well, no, that's where it went wrong. That's where somebody
Yes,
leaned over on somebody right there, and that's we can't allow that. We want the truth, nothing but the truth. Period.
period. At all
Period.
costs.
It's either right or it's wrong.
And I'm trying to figure out if this case, if it's right or wrong. Now I need to go back, look through all the case quotes, or I'm sorry, the cases, the case quoting, the files. Was it done honorably, honestly, justly, or was it slapped together like a ham sandwich and served and say, this is good for you, this is what you need? Because at the end of the day, when you're talking about life plus 75 years, everything's up for debate. But at the end of the day, right is right and wrong's wrong. And we always say, well, when you take another man's life, you're in the wrong. Well, if that man was trying to take your life and you just happened to get the draw on him, I don't know. Does it come into play? Does it fucking matter? Does it matter that there was drugs involved? I don't know. I would say it is all relevant. But to a judge and to a prosecutor and to all these people, it didn't matter at trial. It doesn't come into play. But when he was sentencing you, he started talking about the drugs. He started talking about the community, and he started talking about how the community was negatively affected and that there's more to your story and there's things we'll never know. No, because you didn't let it out, Your Honor. And why didn't you? I looked at that video multiple times, he says. Did you slow it down frame for frame for frame? Because what he's saying, you're not listening. It's not about the video that's grainy. It's about what comes out of a man's mouth. But now we got to sit here and sift through papers, hours, and watch a video and then break it down ourselves to say that, yeah, he was right. The judge was right. Everybody was right. All right, nothing to see here. Go home. But still, you gave the man 175 years. I think that's wrong because the man can't live to 175 years. So, what is the purpose of imposing years that a man cannot do? That again is functionally serves no purpose. You would have to say that in your own mind you can't come up with that's right. You just can't. You can't get there. You're like 175 years. If someone gave me that, they were being very mean, very callous, and then they part two'd me. So now they want more time. It's going to enhance it from a class 3 to a class 2. Um, when you look at them when they traffic, it's all done by the sleight of hand. It's all done by the mouth. The judge wants you to believe, the jury wants you to believe, and I'm not saying anything bad about the jury. I am saying, and to the Kelloland News that's sitting out front, they want you to believe they're in the right. They're
The
doing the right.
whole system's rigged.
Doesn't make any sense. How you can take a child based upon words that were lies, or that you manipulated. I think a lot of times a bad situation.
And put that drama on them small children like that.
Yeah, you
That it's a total violation, man. Total violation of human rights and everything, bro.
So one case you think doesn't make or break the system. And I'm saying one case does. Because when I see a wrong committed, I I don't have the ability to think straight anymore. I'm thinking this is wrong. Until someone shows me straight, there's a lot of things we can convict people on. We can say he was bad. He did something bad 18 or 20 years ago, and that made him bad. He's a bad man then, but he went to prison, he did his time, and now he's done. Or do we get to keep convicting him? I don't know. Like,
Absent harm, they got nothing to do with your business.
they don't have anything to do with your business. They came from an outsider's perspective.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, this is what people's got to comprehend in their own minds and realize how they self-govern through not leaning on other people. And this is our real roots in our history. I mean, think about it. I mean, dude, everything you do, you got to sign something. Sign. We're signing the checkbook. They got the checkbook, but we keep signing it. Become self-governed. We the people.
Vet Tech Kimmy says all CPS is corrupt and the state's players are just actors. IMHO.
Yep.
One case can flow of the
evil system. I mean, look, man, you look at the money that's tied up in them cases when they take these kids and everything alone. You mean to tell me we couldn't have done something that was positive and maybe helped them people that maybe didn't have enough food? You know, don't you think it would have been far cheaper? Come on, people.
Thank you, Five Speed.
Come on, man. I mean, we got to open up our minds and really look deep inside yourself and ask you these serious questions.
I understand. We all understand Munchausen. We all understand being neglected, abused, and kids and being for years. And that, but how we help that is the point. Who we
That's
are,
it.
you know.
I mean, we got to be the change that we're looking for. That change has got to grow throughout humanity.
And look, I respect. You know, if there is nobody that I respect more, it's like those people that stick up for the ones that can't stick up for themselves. They're too little.
Absolutely.
Okay, they're the mouthpiece, right? So of course we want to have their backs. We want to be behind them in every decision they make. But their decision alone is what they approve or disapprove of who they take, when they take, and how they take. Should you be putting your hands on someone else?
Absolutely not.
No. Or on anyone else's offspring? No. So to go into a school and then start questioning, that's a little wrong. We've already, in court, we've already established unlawful questioning of minors.
I've established that with the police department and the school with my son. They made the mistake of speaking to my son one time, and I don't think they'll do that again.
No, it wasn't right.
And now my son is telling them down there, well, you call my father.
We got that established now.
Because I'll get to the truth, and if my little guy is to blame, I'll point out his wrongs too. Nobody gets out there without getting something because you both partake in it. You see what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna sit back here and figure out which one started it. Where did it start? Where did the negativity start at? That's what you got to ask yourself. So you get to analyze the story and see where the mistake was,
You have to. That's what your
and then
job.
correct that mistake.
And if you correct that, you did your job right, correct?
There you go. See, we can't allow these things to continue on. They have to be corrected. We can't spare the rod, because if you let it continue on, now it becomes a real major problem.
In some young,
So those things was planted in our minds through all of this freaking indoctrination over time. Now, once we correct ourselves and we figure it out, we find ourselves within ourselves, right?
you know,
That's when it's over. And then it won't even, eventually that type of behavior won't even be acceptable. I mean, eyebrows are raised as soon as a negative starts to appear. You see what I'm saying? So see, that's kind of what goes off in my mind is the bullshit meter all the time, because I can already tell where the bullshit's at.
yeah.
Who leaned over on who?
And how many
This ain't
people
always
listen
sunshine and
when the kids tell a story, or when the parents are telling a story and the cops choose to not listen? Isn't that the worst possible outcome? Is that the person taking the report is not truly listening, or writing down word for word what is
they're
going
not
on, what
accountable.
thing.
They're not accountable. They think they're not accountable, but I'm here to tell you, you are accountable. You're the start. See what I mean? You're the one telling me I'm going to do something, are you? See what
Right.
I mean? See
Yep.
what I mean? So it's going to get corrected real quick. So eventually you won't even have to correct it because it won't even be acceptable.
Well, we're not. So the first correction here is your lawyer, right? My
I don't
crossroad
have a lawyer.
is no lawyer. My correction is I'm not going to pay you, and you know what? You're fired. You were never in my best interest. You were
You
never
should
there
have.
for me, and you're not there to tell the story as it truth and fact. I don't want you to lie for me. That's the last thing I want. I don't want to just get off because no. If I did something, then I did something. I deserve to be punished. So why do I need you? I can hold myself accountable from here on out.
Let me get to something here and I'll read it to you real quick. I know a lot of people think I'm crazy when I talk about these attorneys. It says, as per the United States Supreme Court, the practice of law cannot be licensed by any state in lowercase letters and state with a capital first letter. Swear versus Board of Examiners, blah, blah, blah. The practice of law is an occupational of common right, or occupation of common right. Sims versus Aherms in 1925. The certificate, oh, the certificate from the state Supreme Court only authorizes to practice law in courts as a member of the state judicial branch of government, can only represent wards of the courts, infants, persons of unsound minds. See Corpus Juris Secundum, Volume 7, Section 4. A certificate is not a license to practice law. It's not a license to practice law as an occupation, nor to do business as a law firm. The state bar card is just a union dues card. So see, now who can the lawyer represent? Wards of the court, infants, or persons of unsound mind.
Right.
Find yourself in your own mind. Mind your business.
Yeah, I find.
Instead of running to someone else's salt mine, mind your own salt.
You know, stay in your own lane.
Exactly.
He doesn't know what happened. The only people that know what
We
happened.
probably run everybody out of here talking this real talk now.
No. Numbers of, they're at 6. I need to unblock everybody. Get them back in here. Well, they all do themselves in and they want me to hit the unblock button so quickly.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't want the drama. I want good communication.
Now think about what I read there. Let me grab something else. I want to read you something along with what I just read to you about the lawyers, right? That's why I said I'd never hire an attorney again. Now, when you get into Black's Law Dictionary, right here, the definition of sui juris. It says, of full age and capacity, possessing full social and civil rights, relating to or involving anyone of any age, male or female, not in potestas of another, and therefore capable of owning property and enjoying private law rights. As a status, it was not relevant to public law.
Wow, that's powerful.
I don't, man, I only share truth out here, dude. I only share truth. We got to find ourselves, because you're the parent in this house here. We got to run this shit show and correct all these kids out here in government. Take back the checkbook and do everything in goodness and gracious for everybody, peace, harmony, and love, and prosperity and abundance. Think about it. I ain't never seen anything built on hate, but I've seen a lot of things built on love. Well, imagine if that love outweighed the hate, what could be accomplished? That's what you got to ask yourself, because there's a whole lot of us out there.
There's a lot of people that want the change. There's a lot of people that
They are, man. I know it. It's coming. I'm a firm believer. We've got this one with them or without them.
Yeah.
We're winning no matter what. You're either with us or you're against us at this point.
Oh yeah, and it's clear. It's clear.
I get you set down in the hot seat. Your feelings are going to get hurt. You're either going to agree to the human trafficking, or you're going to keep your mouth shut, because you ain't got nothing. You can't bring anything to the table but a bunch of accusations. Now's the time to back that ass up, and you can't. You see what I'm saying?
It's beautiful. I mean, when you really think about it, and you see,
it's quite simple.
It's quite simple. Yep. It doesn't. People try to come in. They try to make it more complicated. I think a lot of what my mind does is make it more complicated than what it really is. But I think after talking to you, knowing you, hearing you, court got more simple for me. It may have not gotten more simple for them. And it isn't about me. It's about everybody doing
well, I mean,
in their best interest.
If you look at the courts, man, you should, brother, you should be able to walk in that courtroom and ask that judge point blank, is this a matter of trust? Is this a matter of trust we're here today? Right? Get them right on the record real quick. Boom. Either agree or silence, and if you're silent, you agree with me because silence is acquiescence. You're either going to agree with me or I'm going to hurt your feelings. See what I'm getting at? It's you should be able to just walk in there and be done and say a few things. I mean, another thing is Rule 17. The defendant's not been properly identified and qualified as a defendant yet because they haven't followed the rule of law to get there.
Right.
Ask that question, they can't answer it. Silence is acquiescence. You're either going to agree with me or you're going to sit there and keep your fucking mouth shut. Because silence is acquiescence.
That you're okay with it.
Exactly. See how simple this shit really is, man? And this is what we got to get the men and women to start standing up for themselves in that manner. Peaceful, with honor and integrity. Hey, you leaned over here. I didn't come over into your sandbox. You came to mine.
Right. Kind of like we want to play a game.
Don't come over here shitting in my yard telling me I'm going to clean it up.
You don't have that right. What is your, and that's when you said, what is your, not intent, but what is your, you're not of authority. Do you have that authority? No, they don't have that
No,
authority.
they don't.
Tell you your grass is too high.
It's not a matter whether they have it or not. They don't. It's period. It's the end.
The end. We're not even discussing it. So why go sit in a
No.
courtroom and waste your time? So if you want to put
So if I put a lien on your ass for $4 million, I'm here to tell you, you're going to have a hard time buying a used car. You leaned over on me. I didn't lean over on you. You told me that I was going to do something. You're trying to take my manhood, my dignity, my honor, my integrity, and tell me what I'm gonna do. No, you go fuck yourself. You just fucked up.
yeah.
You just fucked up. And it won't be me leaning them. It'll be the United States Treasury leaning them. They're in violation of the trust. That's a breach. You're supposed to be there for a benefit to me, not to yourself.
Right.
You little self-righteous prick. You don't know right from wrong. See what I mean?
Yep.
That's it at the end of the day, though.
And we always go back to the no victim, no crime.
Exactly.
If nobody's harmed, there's just no crime. What are we doing here?
Yep. In 90, man, everybody knows. Most of this prison system society is not. They're in there for no harm. Look at the money that's wasted there. Look at the checks that we've signed to allow that to continue happening. I don't know, man. I say we take that money back and put that back into the American people's pockets again, where it rightfully belongs.
Right.
It's us, how we act with that breath of life to go out and prosper and to be abundant. We're as one, pretty much.
We are as one. We work together.
Mm-hmm.
We share with our neighbors.
We each have an image within that breath of life of what we create. And is that image of a good image or is it a bad image? Was it a righteous one or a self-righteous one?
Yeah.
So that's where we all come together in unity. And that's why I don't have a problem, because I get you in that hot seat. You're gonna be squirming. You're either gonna agree with me or you're gonna keep your mouth shut. And the words are gonna speak the truth. Because the minute you open your mouth, you're there to do some harm.
Well, those judges definitely want to do harm.
When I haven't leaned over on you, but as soon as you open that mouth, you're going to attempt to lean over on me. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe you need to go back and correct that alter ego you got. You was pushing this way. I wasn't pushing that way. I didn't come to you and tell you. You came to me and told me, right?
Right.
So don't let your ego get in the. Don't let that ego get the best of you. And that's really, I think that's really what a man, and don't sign any of their bullshit, man. And if you stand and you stand firm in your conviction, and hey, I'm willing to go to a cage for it. Because you know why? That's what's right. And that's the only way we leave a true legacy onto our children and future grandchildren and things in this nation. We have to leave that legacy for our children. We can't depend on government, which are the children, to do it for us.
Yeah, they're not your daddy.
Daddy's home in my mind. I know the truth.
Other dad.
And I still, even though I still learn every day, dude. I still learn something new every day.
Oh, I'm consistently. I mean, like I said, now there's days where I don't go live, or because you don't have any questions. I know what I know. It is what it is.
See,
Sometimes
I think these are the talks that need to be on them big channels, man, for people to just listen and let your mind wander and take control and kind of find yourself within what you're hearing. You know what I mean?
well, you notice how I don't go on anybody else's channel.
Yeah.
And I know why you don't either. I don't see you up very often.
I usually go up on PDFs or something. Like PDF, he's pretty cool. Salty rants when he's sometime.
Salty tells it pretty straight. I can get behind Salty every now and then. I don't think
Yeah, Salty's a good dude. I think my opinion. I like Salty.
he doesn't always. I mean, he's been fine. I haven't.
I don't have to agree with him, but he's
I
still
like
cool.
watching him, and I like when he talks, and he's straight.
Oh, who we got up here?
Yes.
Demo Daddy.
Hey guys,
How's
stopping
it
What's
by
going?
to say, stopping by to say hello in 2022, and we're still here.
God is.
happening?
And
Yes,
now,
sir.
and I'm also coming in to say that I agree with 5 speed completely. The people have acquiesced. They sat on their couches too long, sat on and just pointed a finger at the problem, and had their hand out for these checks from Big Daddy Gooberman for too long, and took that as the solution instead of just getting up and fixing it. If you don't like something, go fix it. But instead of pointing out the trash on the street, wow, that's trashy. You know what I did? I grabbed a garbage bag and I went and picked that shit up. And that's where it starts. Um, then the complaining stopped, right? Because the trash was gone. So, you know, just saying for a friend.
It makes sense. You definitely get. Well, when you look across the street and you see the trash, you look to the left, you look to the right, you look what's in your yard going past, and you fix it. And we all try and come up with a solution that works. We hope that it works. We hope by beating and pounding on the pavement and getting out of our house and taking to the streets, that's the solution. Because a problem, you know what? A problem for me does not constitute a problem for you. And I understand that. A problem for me constitutes a problem for me. Now I got a problem. and now I got to go fix it. And
See, when I was talking a few minutes ago, we were only really talking about laws. We really didn't even look inside the finance side of things. And that's kind of what wraps people's minds is the money. But we didn't even talk about the financial side of things, how they've robbed us in that aspect as well. It's mind blowing what these people tried to do.
But they send out their $1,400 mind control stimulant checks and inject
When
that
you're
into the mentality of the people. Oh, they're
when you're
saving
worth
us.
so much more than that.
Yeah, yeah, they're saving
That
us. They're
we're
saving
not
us.
getting par value through the financial system
Nope, you're just
because
getting tricked.
you got the banks and the lawyers and the politicians and all government officials are just brokering the deals between the trust. Well, we the people didn't know anything about the trust, but we do now. And so that's why what I mean by they have the checkbook and they come to us for the signature.
Yeah,
Well, see,
exactly.
we wasn't really taught the real financial side of things because if you look at any utility bill, any banking statement, or anything to do with the financial, owning a home or a car or anything like that, it is always in an all capital form. So that's how they took over the financials on all of it. They put a broker in between it because we're not self-governed. They're acting as the parents because we don't know.
Yeah, the people consented though, so
Right,
that gave them
exactly. By
jurisdiction.
voting,
It gave them,
that's why I
yeah,
don't vote.
yeah, yeah. It gave them jurisdiction. Um, and then when the people
Well,
don't do anything, and then they just kind of,
even in a, it didn't give them really anything. They still, it's a statutory. They
you're right.
wasn't given
You are
anything.
exactly.
You can't take something that you don't have the authority to do to take control of that breath of life that
Yeah,
somebody is
exactly.
breathing. You
Yeah,
don't have that authority.
you never
So
had that authority. That's
all
what
that
I'm trying
shit
to
is
tell
just
people.
propaganda that they've implanted in people's
Exactly.
minds.
Exactly. Yeah, they're not in control of me. They're not. That's what
No.
I keep telling people. What are you thinking? Don't even. But hey, I mean, you're right. Um,
But see, we
those.
look at all those utility bills and everything that comes in an all capital letter. If you look at the bottom of it, that's a coupon or it looks like a money order or a check down there, right? Tells you to put on how much you're sending in with your check.
Mhm.
That is actually yours. We're paying these people twice.
Yeah.
Now they got some military script, these Federal Reserve notes, right? So they're dealing in the real units of credit behind the scene that you don't know about that we keep giving them back, plus our hard-earned money.
Yeah.
And that's all
Exactly.
mortgages and everything. So it's all fraud. It's all based on fraud.
Yeah. It's all contracts. I've never in my life just. I can't even conceive how we got this far. I mean, it's just a contract upon contract, law stacking, bullshit, ordinances.
Well,
God, I
what we
mean,
got to
it's just,
look at, contracts or not, I guess contracts aren't bad, but we got to look at these contracts that are being made. Are those contracts being made of love? Or are they contracts of hate and self righteousness where people think that they're entitled to more or worth more or something? That's where the problem lies.
or they're not even real contracts to begin with. These people with their implied authority just kind of assume control and say that you was that you entered into a contract with them because you didn't do anything. That's what I'm tired of. I'm going, come on, man.
But
That's not that.
they're monetizing all these contracts though, because what does those contracts have on them? They have wedding signatures. So that's a live man or a woman that either leaned on somebody or didn't attempt to lean on somebody. See what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
See, the truth is real easy for me to get to anymore, and you know, it's been that diligent research, and I just, you know, man, I just feel it's over with for this shit show.
You're right. It's not as complicated um, as everyone's making it out to be.
But see, as a mother and a father, our ultimate goal is to leave our children better than what we were left with, and up until now, up until 2016, we were failing at that because it's only
Yeah,
us that can leave that. Us
seems like
coming
they raised.
together in unity to leave our children that safety, and you see what I mean, and everything,
Oh, absolutely.
freedoms. It's up to us.
Yeah, we aren't to be serving money here. We're not to be. That's not what we're here for. Even didn't wasn't this country built on a covenant with God? I mean, just saying. Didn't we used to teach people
That
out of
religion,
love,
though, that runs.
out of the Bible?
People run from that stuff, and you know, hey, listen, I welcome anything positivity to make the point even stronger. You know what I mean? I'm
But
not a Bible thumper, but I do bring the
religion can be
Bible in there
meth.
sometimes.
Religion can be meth. Isn't religion anything done over and over and over, like something you do every day? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
It's just
pretty
words. We get caught up in
yep,
this war of words too. And
be-
yep.
I just
because
can't wait till we go back to be beings of light. We don't have to talk. We don't have to grunt like this anymore to be understood or sort of understood, or I don't know. You
yell.
know what I mean.
Well, we could all just grab the peace pipe. I mean,
But he
isn't
is
that
right. We are all supposed to love one another. We're made of love. Um,
Yep.
that's the simple facts. You break it down, and they're trying to make it so we can't even hug each other, see smiles, talk to one another. They don't want you near your loved one or when they're breathing their
See,
dying breath.
it's a total destruction of the main the house, right?
yeah.
Right.
It's such a destruction of that with
Mm-hmm.
love and compassion and learning and educating and
Mm-hmm.
prospering and being abundant to where it's a total destruction of it, of
Yeah.
all of it.
It
I
used to
don't know
start
how
at
people
home.
don't see it anymore, but I guess they're waking up at their own pace, you know.
Well, some are waking up with the wood pipe, and some are they're waking up with the glass pipe. You got to make your choice
Yeah.
at some point, which is good and which is bad.
If I'm not out here in the internet realm learning, I'm out spreading positivity. That's what my day consists of.
Yeah, me too. That's what I was telling my brother. I was like, I'm gonna go on here real quick because 5 Speed, the first thing he started out with was I'm gonna spread some positivity because there's so much negativity going on. We're inundated with it. And our job is not that's not our job. Our job is to spread love, you know.
Peace, love, and light.
And people say that's will make fun of that. And I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. Call me
They
whatever you
haven't
want.
uh, they
But
haven't
just don't
become a
call me
man
late
yet.
for dinner, man. Just call me whatever you
Nope.
want. Just don't call me late for supper, man. You know?
What I say to that is they just haven't become a man yet, because a man would settle for nothing less.
Right. Right. Exactly.
So I told you, they get in the hot seat with me, you better leave those feelings at the door.
That's the best part, man. Facts only here.
That's
Yeah,
it.
I,
All
I
the other shit, that's just hearsay.
Yeah, egos, all of that feelings
Let's cut to the
bullshit.
chase here. You know,
Yeah.
time is money.
Oh, absolutely.
We're waste not, want not. We ain't wasting a
Yep.
dime of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't care. I could write this shit down on a piece of shit paper if they ever throw me in there. I don't give a shit.
But I guess my thoughts were that a lot of people are waking up. They're not quite doing anything about it yet. They're grumbling, but I'll take it, man. You know, I'll
Yeah,
take it. That's the embryo
it's
stages
coming around.
of I don't know, a revolution or whatever, however you want to put it. Um, it's just a word. It'll be okay, people. You know, but yeah, things are changing. Yeah.
It's moving forward in a positive way. I feel anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I
All
mean,
the
I see
people.
changes every day because the way I communicate with people and things. I see changes in a lot of things, and
Well, I
some
can
of that
see.
process is uh, these kind of talks where people start to think.
Yep.
You can't think straight with a whole lot of animosity and hate and violent tempers, and you know what I mean.
Yeah. You cut to the chase. You're not wasting time. You're not bringing in politics or your feelings. You just go, hey, let's talk about love. Let's talk about the facts here, and you don't waste time. You get shit done that way. That's just it's perfect.
Yeah, where you at, FTP? You're off quiet.
I'm here. I call it the no bullshit approach. But more important,
It ain't. It's not too late for you to take control of your little court situation there. You just gotta understand that in do some soul searching within yourself, man. Because once you do, the truth is gonna hit you. Because you're gonna see the truth no matter which way you look. Because that's what you fully seek. That is the conviction in your heart is to seek that truth, and through there you'll find the answers.
right?
You can stop the jurisdiction at any point. Rule 17 would still stand. The defendant's not been properly identified and qualified. They didn't contact the Secretary of State and all that shit. The rule of law wasn't followed. They're running two jurisdictions and getting you to sign off on them. I
Well,
mean, I can't explain it any easier than that. You know what I mean?
going forward, I'm not going to sign any more pieces of paper. I mean,
Revoke. I would revoke all my signatures, fire that motherfucking attorney, and ask this judge: is this a matter of trust? Well, I tell you what, you'd hear a mouse drop. You hear a mouse getting in the corner. It'd be so quiet in there.
Yeah, I can't wait till somebody gets it on camera or on audio. One of these judges admitting that shit too. They'll
That's
just sit
what
there. They're
that's
just
what
gonna
I
sit
say.
there.
They'll sit there and be quiet because they ain't gonna perjure
Mhm.
themselves.
Yeah,
They're gonna sit there and be quiet because they can't. Either
they're
way
gonna
they
start
go, they're
hearing
fucked.
crickets. A fucking tumbleweed will roll by. You'll hear crickets before they say
You want to
anything.
cross a
But
bar? You want to cross a bar? Lean over on this one.
man, I just can't wait. But one of their egos is going to be big enough, and they'll admit it, though. You know, it's coming.
Well,
There's,
I
there's
think
just,
I think I think some of them are getting a little. I think their souls are starting to rattle a little bit, and they're thinking maybe there might be something wrong here. You see what I mean?
mm-hmm.
And just they might be at that threshold to where it's about to hit them. Because like I said, this was indoctrinated for people to think that, and now what they got to do is eliminate that money system, and they can't get past that part. You know what I mean? To even give the truth any thought whatsoever.
Yeah, it's a hard thing. It's a hard
Because
thing
it
for
even
people
goes
to
against the
put down their money.
financial side of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've been taught socialism was bad, but what is socialism? What is it? Where did it come from? Who told you the definition from it? Who defines it? What is it defined as?
Yeah, all these words that are so evil, but socialism supposed to be a good thing where we're all working together.
So
I
I guess the house, I guess your family, my family, your family, that's all socialism because we all work for the good of the house, right?
right,
Huh.
right.
Well, we're
Mm-hmm.
one house, one people. Huh. Wonder when the men and the women are going to step up and start parenting the children because the house is a mess.
Yeah, in these days of where the
All right, on
word,
your soul, I get you understand.
it's just where these words become demonized. Those days are over
Uh-huh.
too. Defining stuff.
Yeah,
No, I still smell bullshit. It's defined as bullshit, man. That's what it
that's
is.
it.
It's what it be
But
like.
see, they'll try to intimidate people. That's why you got to stand true with the conviction in your heart and soul of this truth. And
No matter
then
what
all of a
happens
sudden,
to me.
you can have 15 of them on you, and it'd be no problem at all. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
not. You're just making it clear. You ain't arguing.
Yep. Some of us
Now,
are
if
standing
you
up.
want to lean on over here and take me on downtown, you do so. But now listen, you're the one that put the cuffs on me. You're the one that got with old Joe Schmo down to DMV there and said that I have to follow your rules. You just keep in mind, you're the one that's enforcing that. So you're using that free will to lean over on me with old Joe Schmo, and that ain't gonna fly too well for you, because I lean back. Now you're gonna have to get in that hot seat and tell me where that authority come from, and you ain't gonna be able to do so. You see my point? It's over with these guys when people figure this shit out.
Where did Pugent go? He drop off?
I guess so.
He fell out.
We're probably gonna run everybody out.
Let me see if I can. Sometimes it slips out.
So what's happening up in your neck of the woods? Anything good?
Chilling like a mad villain.
Yeah.
Living life, the grand life. I don't know. Still rolling some trucks down the road. Still, I don't know.
Did I tell you they tried to have me locked up Christmas Day?
Yeah, I remember that. Never gets old, does it?
No, all we can do is keep planting the seeds in people's minds and getting their thoughts to change. You know what I mean? In a positive way.
Yeah.
That's all we can do.
I was watching that documentary on Aaron Hernandez. And here's the conclusion that I came to is you can't fix a broken brain because the brain has been hit too hard. The frontal cortex no longer works. I believe it's the frontal cortex, but in his case, it may be another part that I'm not quite, ESC or whatever it's called. It's the brain is a great thing, but that tool can be broken and then you can't use it anymore. So you kind of just go off half cocked, and that anger and that violence, not using, or you just don't have it. You don't have that part in your brain to discern what is right and what is wrong. That's a whole different thing, because you can tell someone
We have to take
criminally
accountability ourselves.
you can tell someone that they're criminally negligent and that they're at fault, but at the end of the day, they bear no blame.
They thought they were doing something good. In some cases. Now, they were asleep like we were asleep. See what I'm getting at here? See, there ain't no doubt in my mind some of these people do think that they're doing something that's good until you can show them that they're not. But see, by that time, it's already too late. The damage is done. You leaned over here. You see what I mean?
Right.
And is it really their fault? Not really, because we were all there. We did it too. We just woke up and saw the light one day and realized, wait a minute. So they have that opportunity to wake up too. We don't dictate when it is they wake up, but it's us. It's definitely our job to make them wake up. And that's the shit show all in itself, man. Everything is out there supposed to be to sustain life, and that's that breath that we all breathe. As a collective, as one unit. That's one breath of life.
Does it?
People might look at 350 million, 8 billion. It's only one breath of life. Do you use that breath in a positive way, or do you use that breath in a negative way? That's your choice. You got to find that within yourself, but I'm going to tell you this. If you come to lean over here, it's not going to be too good.
Does it not make sense to
Reason and logic.
hit people in the head? For if you hit people in the head, they will not think straight. So common sense would tell you, if you continue down the same path that you've already been doing and done, after you hit your
insanity.
The definition of insanity, doing it again and again and again with no different outcome. The outcome will always be the same. So as long as you promote it, the outcome is always the same. The definition of insanity, yes.
So at the end of the day, I'm going to ask you if you have a signature from me that ties me to any contractual agreement through trust or any consent of anything.
No.
It's either a signature or I allow you to do something, right? I didn't allow you to lean over here, but now I'm going to use this signature and I'm going to lean back.
Yep.
Now, me as an individual, a collective, my signature, right? You brought harm on me. You leaned over here. We got to stand up and be the parents. We got to take back control. The house is a mess. They're not cleaning their rooms. You see what I mean?
You got it. You got to run a tight ship. It's got to be
So
clean.
are we truly playing house? Pretty crazy, isn't it?
Well, you did well to be upstanding, to be right, to be righteous, to be. Who do you got to be? What do you got to act like? What do you got to be above? You got to be above reproach, don't you? You got to be clean. Does your house got to be clean? If it's not, and I get exactly what you're saying. It's very clear cut of what you need to be doing in life to
Absolutely
prosper, to say that you're doing the right thing, and not just saying it, but actually living it and doing it every day.
So we got to be in harmony with one another, right?
together.
And be the majority and not the minority in the name of good. Don't let them denote you from majority to minority. That would be a major note and a minor note because it's all numbers at the end of the day.
Yep.
What's your number?
I don't have one. Can't be bought and I can't be sold and I'm not owned.
There you go. Sui juris. See, it said a sound mind in sui juris as well, too, didn't it? But now, see, an attorney can only represent someone that is of unsound mind. What presentation do you present the public in the name of good? Why is anything else presented if it's not in the name of good? What's the presentment? Or the present, right? See where all these words play? You see what I'm getting at?
Right?
I think you're getting a gift. To register something is to gift it to them.
Yeah, you're giving it to them. You know, I agree.
I mean, look how the whole system's built, man. I mean, when you start to look at it, you can break it down very easy.
If you want to buy something, buy it without a title.
Well, the bill of sales, where it's all that. See, that's got the two signatures on it, yours and mine, right? Well,
Yep.
when we give them the bill of sale, then they turn around and give us a color of this nice little colorful title back in the state of. You just gifted it to them. They're leasing it back to you and charging you fees and got to follow policy, statutes, rules, and regulations to do so. When we look at the financial side of things, everything, even the finances is flipped upside down. Everything in all capital letters, it's already paid for.
Why would you
Because
sign?
that's what that breath of life that we all share in needs to prosper and be abundant and to continue life. No questions asked. I don't care who you are. See what I'm saying? No buts, no nothing. Because that's the only way it works. It's our labor coming together with each other going to do these jobs, right? Well, what jobs are important and what jobs can we get rid of? Because they're not important anymore. You can't tell me that life was created for us to go out here and work ourselves to death and not enjoy nature in everything that's of abundance. You cannot tell me that. When I get you in that hot seat, I'm going to rattle the soul a little bit.
They act like they don't, that
They're soulless. They have no soul.
you're
They've
not supposed.
sold their soul to that paycheck, what they call money. And the money ain't what you think it is. You're feeding an awful lot of them, and you're going to bed hungry.
Yeah.
The fuck up out of this motherfucking house. Right?
Why are you gonna take your last little amount of money that you do have, go down to the courthouse, go to the treasurer's office, and give it to them and sign a piece of paper, pay for a car title that is worth zero? All it
Well,
is
see there, you
paper.
go to the county recorder, right? that little musical instrument the kids played in school, the county recorder, and they record all of this stuff. But by us giving it to them and all of that stuff, by registering it with the state, we actually give it to them as a gift, and they recorded it as such and taxed you.
Yeah.
This is the game that's being played. So the thing that people's got to get out of their minds is this monetary system that they think we're in, because that's you've sold your soul to that, and that's what you got to get away from to even figure out the truth. That can't be your motivational piece. That can't be what moves you as the money.
Understand this: they are collecting the money. You are spending the money.
They have one side of the ledger and you have the other side.
They already got the monopoly.
Yes.
You're not it.
See, it's checks and balances, but they're doing all the banking
Yep.
and
But
only giving you one side of the ledger.
so you have to act like, what if it was you?
Because you're incompetent, you're not of a sound mind, and you're not of age, so therefore you can't own the property that you inherited from your forefathers. So you continue to, people want to continue down that negative path of self-righteousness. That's their free will to do so. But I choose to be right next to the truth.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's truly, man.
Well, the only thing you can do is push
That's,
people out. You push the negative out. Push
that's
the
it.
and
I
you
don't need you to administer my account. I'm here to tell you that I'm of full sound mind, and I'm here to administer and self-govern my own affairs. I don't need you. I'm not a minor child that you're going to have to correct me in your minor courts. Fuck yourself in your human trafficking ring.
anybody trying to control another.
That's pretty much it, bud. But like I said, people's got to get that. They got to find that within their own heart and souls, because otherwise they're going to go in there arguing and fighting, and you ain't going to win shit. Two wrongs don't make a right. See what I'm saying?
Right.
Paint a picture of love, not hate, through your actions.
I had this guy. He had a rug on Facebook. It was a girl out of Yankton. And it was a rug that they sold back in the 40s or 60s. And it had a piece of signature on it that is described as something. And so we sat there and debated what the rug meant, or back from the early 20s or whatever. And so the hateful comments kept coming. And, before people became evil, they were somebody. Before the signature was the signature, what did it mean? And before it became evil, what was it? Before it was perverted to be the way that it was and the way that we look at it. The evil is what's done, the sleight of hand, or the word, or the wording. How they're trying to trick us, or gullible, and how gullible we are in believing what they're pushing, and the literature that they push to us, to our kids, to future generations. And then they claim that, yeah, it's okay that we do this, it's okay that we take away your religion, it's okay that we put your religion in place, it's okay that we allow this religion but don't allow that religion, or this person, or this creed, and this is okay and this is acceptable, but this is not.
Well, see, remember back in when I was reading what Suri Juris was, it said social and civil rights. goes into what you were just saying a minute ago. Did I break your train of thought?
Well, I was kind of already done, but
Yeah, continue on.
it really is history repeating itself, histrionic, that people will continue to act in a way that is throwing off, or that is, I act in a way that you have to act if you're trying to throw people off. Some people, okay, so some people are victims and they grow up their entire life and they're playing victims. Others are portraying that they don't want to be perceived as the person that they are, or in the body that they are. They don't want to be big, or they don't want to be small, or they don't want to be the way they are. So they put on an act or a show. And literally their whole life is that show. And people don't understand that you're living the life that you were given, that you're taught that this is okay or this is not okay, or that history says that this is okay to think this way. But then there's other ways that this isn't okay. You can't think like this. And you can't just put all these people over here and put them in a cage and people will just be like, yeah, that's okay. Because that's kidnapping. That's not okay. I mean, we can't be thinking like that. But to the person that their head just doesn't work, it doesn't process. So what you say just doesn't enter into a narcissist's mind that they can't do this. So to them, it's okay. And who be it to say that it's not okay to think the way that someone thinks? I can't tell you what is right or wrong for you, but I can tell you what I feel is right or wrong for me, or how I feel. And if you're not listening, or if you're listening, that's not up for me to say, well, I want 100 million people to listen to me. Maybe I want the exact opposite. Maybe if nobody listens, maybe you'll become smarter. Maybe if what I show you is that this isn't the way to go in life, or maybe if you knew what you were going to cost yourself in the end, and you don't want to go down this road. You don't want to go down this path. You don't want to be on what you're on. You don't want to be on your phone. You don't truly want to be doing this in life. You don't want to be sitting at your computer at this moment in time. This is not what makes you happy. This is not your true love. How you would meet someone, you drive over to their house and you visit them. There are no friends here because we're talking over a platform. There's only me talking and you listening. For any of this to make sense, it can't possibly, because it was created to make no sense at all. The foundation that it's built on is broken. It was created because it was out of something that was broken, that is broken. It's to show you that it's broken. It's even made out of a bad word. The seriousness of it and the jokes And the joke that you joke about is really not a joke. Some people,
Nope.
over what you think is a joke, would say, I'm willing to die for my joke. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, shit becomes real at that moment in time. Who are you to say what is real and what is not? Because I'm willing to.
Shit becomes real when you're held accountable.
When you hold quota on the street, when you force someone to do something they didn't want to do, you forced phone calls, you made phone calls, hundreds of people called and told them from the American people that told them that they were messing up. That is powerful. You can't stop the phone ringing. You can disconnect it from the wall. You didn't shut those people up. You might have hung up the phone on them. If I want something done, it will get done. Does that make me a narcissist? Does that make me about me? Does that make the story change? Or does that make what you did any better or worse? Does that make me a victim? Do I now have to claim victim status? Do I have to claim whistleblower status? Do I have to sue you? Like, there's a sense that
Yeah, I
what you,
won't be suing anybody. You know,
exactly,
I may be leaning because you leaned over here, but I won't sue you. I'll tell you straight out.
right,
You lean over here, I'm gonna lean back.
right. We're coming. Do you know what I mean?
And it won't be me that does it. It'll be the United States Treasury that does it.
Right.
That's who's in charge of that trust, isn't it?
The treasury, the money, the gold, the bonds, the well, how are you going to pay? How are they going to pay? What am I coming to seek? And when am I going to quit? And it's not about me, it's about we, the people. I just, I hope they get it because it's a life choice. You're either on one side or you're on the other. It's right
It's either good or evil.
or
It's
it's
either
wrong.
right or it's wrong.
It's weird because things that look right to some look wrong to others. Wrong to others looks right to others. And you're like, yeah, but
No.
how can this be? How can it look wrong but feel so right? And how can it look right but be so wrong? I don't know. Someone got it twisted somewhere along the you're seeing double vision, you know? I know you get it, you know? So I don't got to sit there and preach to you, but it is tough. It's tough preaching to other people about stuff they should already know about and for them
Yep.
to truly get it.
And see, even like the court systems, man, because I don't need to follow their direction.
No.
It's my direction. I'm the one with the authority. As long as because with that all that power comes great responsibility too. You better not lean over on anybody.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So that with that great power comes great responsibility too. So is that conscience? That's free will. Which path you're going to take? Is that motivation? You thinking you got some power? You can control somebody? Is that what motivates you? Huh.
No controlling. No controlling.
We
Just
better drag that little prickly ass bad because he might corrupt the sunflowers. Might take over and kill the sunflowers. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, the teachers. Yeah, he might corrupt
Yes.
the
People
teacher.
probably like, where the hell does he go with a flower bed with that stuff? Because I mean, it's all the life and how life is sustained, and what picture and image are we painting of that life? What existence have we produced already from our negligence of being asleep for decades?
It's bad. It's gotten really
Time
bad.
time to clean all that stuff up.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but when you get random Joes like you, me, and anyone else, Demo Daddy, anybody, Vet Tech Kimmy, anybody, you got normal people sitting there doing normal things in their house, living and raising their family, doing normal things. What is making normal people stand up and speak out? That's what you got to ask yourself. Like, we're just a couple of guys. We're just normal people.
Yeah.
So why see the need to say anything? Why not just sit
I,
there?
I I actually see the value in each and every soul out there that they don't see within themselves. See what I mean?
What can
Because
you?
we were taught all this hate. They planted all this stuff in our minds.
I agree. I agree.
America didn't become what America once was or what is about to be on hate. Even though a lot of it was, I mean, through the human trafficking and everything else, but the whole ideal behind the production of that, the movement of any of that was supposedly for a good thing, is what everybody was working for, right? Just come to find out, well, they wasn't thinking the same way we were thinking. They thought they were self righteous and was entitled to more of that production, what we produced, right? So we really got to get back to self governance and understanding really what our heritage and our roots really are, because that's the legacy that we should be guaranteeing future generations.
Those
The road less traveled, my friend.
go the other way.
Yeah, and that's what I think's about to happen is the American people, well, just the people. I hate to even say American anymore. Just the people of the world. When you start to unleash the brilliance within the minds of some of these people that's been silenced for so long, what is the future going to bring? I think it's going to bring a whole lot of goodness. Great minds like Tesla that wanted free energy, that they've controlled the energy that they charge you for, right? When
Right.
there's an abundance of everything. You didn't do it out of kindness and love, you did it out of profit and self righteousness.
Hundreds of millions of dollars.
Right. You
When
cover up technology that frees the American people in the minds of the people.
and lets them move about and get their groceries, and instead you stifle
Right. So
that growth.
you interfered with interstate commerce, is which where that GDP comes from. But we're the benefits of all of that. We benefit from all of that, not these corporations. They're subordinate corporations to us, the parent corporations. Quit letting the kids get by with it.
It's the
We the people hold the powers, right?
transfer to intent that got me quiet there, because the way you said it, it's
Hmm.
so simple, but it's not.
Yeah.
When you say
Yeah.
it, it twisted your mind. It twisted my mind to try and think in a way that I don't normally think. It's very hard. It's just, it's disturbing. It's the way you said it is like you're trying to figure out the mathematical or the equation that made that twist.
See, I already get it. Anything that's done is in the name of goodness for life to better.
That's strong.
Not a disadvantage, an advantage or a positive. Not a negative to life, but a positive to life. Something that is needed, or we find a use for it. Then, otherwise, you know what I'm saying?
5-speed.
Why waste your time on it?
Is it okay if I come over to your house and use your water, electric, energy? And is it okay if I come over to your house and use you for my financial gain? So I'm going to have you work for me and pay you a paycheck. Meanwhile, you're going to give me all your love and all your energy. Is that okay? I mean, would
No.
you do that for me?
No.
Because I need.
There's nothing when you want something. Well, I'll go ahead and let you finish. Go ahead.
No, I'm done. Go. How do you feel about what I just said?
Is that okay? I'll explain it. Is that something that I need, or is it just something that I want?
You just want the paycheck, or
I just want it. Okay. Well, just because I want something doesn't mean I take it from somebody else.
No, it's not right for me to come.
So that particular transaction there wasn't out of love. It was out of profit, and you thinking that you're entitled to something more than me, of not a fair trade and equal value. You placed a value upon yourself just like I placed a value upon myself. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So your breath of life is no different than my breath of life. So where did this monetary value come from? Because I can tell you it's not of love, because people wouldn't look at them. You'll look at it that way. Would it be about the charge? It would be about get that air conditioning up because these little lives in this house is going to roast, right?
Yep. They're going to have a way worse. Everybody needs.
That would be something of good, right?
Yeah. Everybody needs the same standard of living.
There you go, bro. We're all one house.
We're all together on this. Therefore, we do need some things equally.
That's that breath of life.
That's not communism, though. It's not, right? That's not some fictitious made-up word. I'm just merely stating that right is right and wrong is wrong. You don't want people to suffer. That's why we put ACs in everybody's car. We don't not have ACs in some cars and then put them in others. We put them in all cars and trucks, right?
Right.
So would it be okay if I started producing a car and then just don't provide you with what you need, and we're just going to leave that part off because you don't need that? That's that AC, that's just extra. You don't deserve that because you didn't pay for that upgrade. Some things do need to be uniformed, right?
Yes. Anyone that works for we the people. Because we got a certain set of rules that we got here as a house, and this is the foundation and how this house thrives and produces and becomes prosperous and abundant. And these rules are not to be broken. They are uniform, unified, right?
Unified, yeah. The flag, the constant, well, what we call.
I don't care too much about the flags either.
What we fought for.
No false idols.
No, you're right. You're right. No idols. We shouldn't have went there. We shouldn't have. I shouldn't have. because
Well,
it's
see,
giving
we,
the wrong
the way our
impression.
minds work, though. See how it works?
Yeah, it's
There's part of that indoctrination coming back and slipping back through that we must correct within ourselves.
right. It's leading in the wrong direction.
You gotta want the truth, and then you'll start leaning towards the truth.
Makes sense.
Because you've been living in a world where you thought you've been right all these years, and come to find out you were wrong.
I just know that we need like when we keep saying we need health care that's uniform. It's not just people talking, it's that we need.
Healthcare is a business, and it wasn't as a, it's all, man.
Yeah, it's all
The
for,
whole healthcare industry, everything's going to change.
it needs to. It
I
needs.
mean, there's cures for things out there. Listen, you can't tell me there's not a blueprint. Come on, man. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I was telling my
And
wife,
is the blueprint within the numbers through the DNA and everything else for life, not just in humans, but trees and animals and all types of other life? Is the process very similar? Same game, just a different name. It's a flower and you're a human. See, when we get back to start asking ourselves those questions and what soil and air and moisture we need for that life to thrive, and once you find those basic foundations and you hang on to them, you've got the truth. Quit individualizing ourselves. This life is one unit.
one is better than the other. Quit.
Where the numbers comes in is to make life easier. The more there is, the less there is to do. You earn your keep around here.
Yeah.
But see, there's so many of us, there ain't much upkeep to keep. We should be enjoying life, enjoying family, neighbors, friends, socializing, vacationing, enjoying this earth and the scenery and the animals.
And for some reason, we're stuck on constant paranoia,
Yeah.
anger, angry, and we're lost. A whole bunch of loss and victimization and trafficking, and yeah, circling right back around to
Yep.
why we're stuck in the poverty that we're in, the constant unhappiness.
Well,
What
it's a
is?
matrix, right? It's the matrix.
Yeah, they got you trapped in it.
I'm out of the matrix. It's me, Rosie. Hey, Rose, stop. Yeah, I'm out of that matrix.
It's a conscious choice.
I
Every
want to shut the shit show down just as quick as possible. It's a matter of trust. Well, we gonna make it one. You know what I mean? There ain't no sense of wasting no time. There's no argument. I'm here to make it very clear right now. And that's the way people's got to get. But I think big things are coming, though. Like I said, with them or without them, I think we still won this.
right.
Because it's a spiritual warfare.
It's deep.
You gotta figure how we act in society and everything else. That's a characterization of an image that we're acting in. So is that a good image or a negative image? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We didn't correct the child within ourselves to go out and act that way.
Nope.
So the answers lie within each one of us. Yourself. The answers lie within yourself. And that's when I think, listen, I thought I was a man for a long time. Shit, I'm 53 years old, but I realized about 3.5, 4 years ago, that's when I became a man. That's when I knew right from wrong, and there was no buts. It's either right or it's wrong. And for any way to leave a legacy of positivity to the future generations of this country, we must follow that very sound principle.
Right
It's
is right.
either right or it's wrong.
Yep.
And that's when I became a man, when I realized that that was the truth. When I realized the real lies with my real eyes. That's when it hit me.
Yep.
And people call it biblical, people call it whatever they want to call it. That's my character. I'm playing the part. I'm presenting it, and I ain't leaning on nobody. Don't fucking come and lean on me. See what I mean?
Yep.
All right, man, I'm going to have to get off here. I can go on and all day long talking about this shit, but I don't want to sound like a broken record.
No, it checks out, and I enjoyed my chat too, and I'm gonna end it too. So once you jump off, I'm gonna wrap it up, and I love good conversation. It never gets old,
Yeah.
and it doesn't surprise me that other people don't come up. I'm okay with that because good conversation keeps me calm. Demo Daddy keeps me calm. 5 Speed keeps me calm. And in a world of chaos, when you can jump online and talk to a few good people, that is a win. That is good is positive. Positive is good, and right is right, and wrong's wrong. So
Well, it's always a pleasure on my end, man. I felt like we've been tight for a long time, and uh, it is what it is, right? We're all led down this journey for a reason, and hopefully we can help each other through it. And peace, love, and light, man. I'm out.
peace out.